Hello there and welcome back to Reborn with Michael Watson. Today we're talking about Dr Joe Dispenza. Has he had a hair transplant or not? And what does that actually mean for us, the people who love his work and are looking to heal? So, firstly guys, let's just discuss this. There's a certain amount of people who are doing his work that have got really fixated on this issue of whether he's had a hair transplant. And if he's had a hair transplant, does that mean he can't overcome himself to grow his own hair back? Does that mean I can't overcome myself to heal myself, is what the questions are rising up in people. And I get that. I get that people can find these things frustrating, and they need to totally trust in the person that they're following as if they're godly. Look, the truth is people have had this same problem with wonderful teachers like Louise Hay in the past, who they accused of having a nose job, and they said if you're selling that you need to love yourself totally without exception, why would you have a nose job? Look, the truth is, guys, these people are human beings. They have flaws too. Yes, they have taken their knowledge and shared it with the world, and they've used it on themselves, and it's taken them to a higher place, a higher vibe. But they're still human beings. They still have their faults. They still have their worries and doubts. Yes, to reach the peak state of being where there is none of that, then we would be in a wonderful position. Look, the truth is, I can't tell you for certain whether Dr. Joe Dispenza has had a hair transplant or not. To be honest, it doesn't bother me. But it's likely he has, by the way it looks. Looks fantastic. Good for him. But also, he could have manifested it. He hasn't spoken on the subject. But why do we need to take it so personally about a choice he makes about his aesthetic looks? Do any of you take it personally when he goes to the gym? And you say, well, he goes to the gym and works out, so why wouldn't he just get muscles by thinking about it and meditating about it? A lot of people out there doing this work think that every healing has to be an immaculate healing, has to be one that doesn't require any action. Yes, there's a lot about that in this work, but what you need to comprehend is that every healing is an immaculate healing. Just 1 minute. I'm so sorry, guys. Every healing is a spiritual healing. The doctor gives you a tablet that you don't have to be on forever, and it heals you. That is a healing. That is a spiritual healing. If you break an arm, you put it in a cast, don't you? You don't sit and meditate. He manifested the means and the how and the option to have a hair transplant. He wanted it done. He saw that vision of himself looking that way, and he's created it. Sorry guys, change of scenery because my battery died. So he's created that situation, okay? He's created the place where he's able to do that, and he's able to wonderfully create the opportunity to have a hair transplant. Yes, is there the option to regrow your hair with this work? Yes, there is. So you ask why? Why do some people who do his work not heal as quick as others? Why do some people have one mystical experience and heal and others don't? This is the great question that there is no true answer to, and the only thing I can bring towards that is this: because each of us is an individual and each of us is different. He could maybe not overcome what he saw in the mirror. He's only a human. Does that mean that all of his work is wrong and it's not helping people and it won't help you? No. You need to let go of this situation, and you need to move on from it, and you need to stop thinking that it affects who you are and what your journey is. You see, Dr. Joe Dispenza is not telling us anything that hasn't been told to us for thousands of years from the Bible and from other teachers beyond that. There is infinite ways to heal yourself. Dr. Joe Dispenza marries the science and the mystical together beautifully, and that's why a lot of people were drawn to him, and he speaks a lot about self-healing because that was his experience. So look, I want you to remember this. I want you to not take it so personally what he's done, and I want you to keep learning and keep growing from it. Maybe it would be cool for him to address this situation so he can explain to everyone what it means. You know, people really buy into these teachers, and I just want you to know it's all okay, and you can do it too. You can get on and you can have a wonderful life if you take their teachings and address them to yourself and make them work for you. You see, one person's way of doing it isn't another's. Yes, the tools are there to help you overcome yourself. The meditation is there to help you overcome yourself, but there are many other tools too. But just because someone does something because they're not perfect doesn't mean that what they're teaching isn't beautiful. See, I help people heal and I help people manifest all the time. Have I made myself perfect and a perfect life? No. I'm on a constant journey too, and so are you, and so is Dr. Joe, and he's said it many times. This is part of his journey, part of his learning. So thank you so much. Take care. Please like, share and subscribe.